Jeremy, this one was created with the block tool. It's making nodes on either side as you move. This one was made using the closed object, and either of these, let's see if I can grab it. Grab this one. Just give it a different color. So you've got nodes that are all along here, and you can move them. Let's see if that crosses. That did fine. And then you can determine the width that you want. And then to create this taper, I think I actually have another node there, and I usually like to keep them separate. No, it's one. What I'm seeing is the stitch direction. And let's get this in satin, which is probably what you're going to want. But you can see how I let the slant, the direction of the stitch, create that tapered point. Now here it's gone awry, because you don't want that to make those long stitches in there. So this is what I meant by having two end points a distance away from each other, so that it just kind of blends into a taper. You don't want to try to do a, let's see if I can create what I thought might happen for you. You don't necessarily want two of them there together. I like to have one slightly above the other. And you can see the software is so smart. When stitches are longer, the software will put these in closer together, and they kind of hold together on between them. And then it tends to open up when it gets into finer stitches, shorter stitches. And this is brilliant that this is built into your software. It will keep your machine from trying to beat itself to death to get into that tiny corner. And if it were to stay at the same density, that would cause thread breaks. Okay, now this one, the blue one, let's turn that into a satin. And so I got a tapered point with long stitches there, and it was done with a block tool. So you control the width. I'm going to use a right click here to start getting my curve, and they can be side by side like a ladder, or they can, as I get into where I want to point, I'm going to, don't want to escape yet. Let's put a few more in here. This one takes a little more practice. And then I might set this back of the other one and hit enter. And that will create your point. What I thought you might already have in place is using the open object or even the open freehand. And let's get this up to about just a 4 millimeter for exaggeration. And what I was hoping would happen, I had a feeling this was the tool that you had used. One of those it makes a stitch that's the same width all the way through. And it is selected. Okay, break apart. It does. I don't know what I was doing a while ago. It didn't work for me, and so I was getting discouraged. I want this one. So now that I've broken it apart and I touch H to get my nodes, if I had done this in another color, it would be easier. Let me give it another color right now. and we go to reshape or touch H on the keyboard. See how there are nodes along here? But what I'm going to do is add a couple more. Just get that out of the way for now, and then we can put it back. But this allows you to shape into points by maneuvering. And you want to be careful and not get these way too long. Let's truly taper and kind of finesse it a little bit. And see, I may not want to end that up so close to the point because it takes away from the effect of getting that nice point. So I'll take my end back somewhere along the line, wherever it kind of blends in easily. Now, any of these you can round, just I don't think you can round the last one. See, it needs these two to form that point, and they won't let you round. But any of these you can round off to get a smooth taper, and you just keep playing with it until you get it the width that you want.